Hello, welcome to Revenant Reads. I'm Vin, and this is the Finish the Book tag. So I was tagged by Gareth over at Book Songs and Other Magic. Please check out his channel if you haven't already. I'll, of course, have his information linked down below. And I know that in his video, his tag video for this, he had said that he tried to kind of find the originator of this and was unsuccessful. So it seems to be an old tag that has been going around, but as far as I know, I don't think that I've done it. I did not go back and look, but it didn't quite sound familiar, although I know I've done similar tags, but maybe I've done this and I just don't remember. But otherwise, no big deal. Let's do it again. So I've been on here for a few years now, so I'm on here long enough to not remember these things. So let's go. These are just about finishing books and basically our habits and rituals regarding them that act. So the first one: do you keep a list of books you have read? I do. Well, I pretty much use Goodreads. I've been on Goodreads for about 10 years now. And ever since then, I keep track just by logging in the books and the date that I finish generally. So yes, that's how I keep track of what I've read. Number two, what stats do you record? The only stats really that I keep track of are, when I finish the book. Goodreads keeps track of other things like the length of the book and all that automatically, but the only thing that I really make sure I put in is a rating, which we'll get to in a second, for another prompt, and also the date that I finished it. But otherwise, I don't really record anything else on there. And the third one is, do you give star ratings? So yes, Goodreads allows star ratings, although furiously, ridiculously, it does not allow half stars, which I really wish it would. I don't love Goodreads, but it's good enough for what I need, and that's what my friends are on. So we can keep track of each other's reading through that. But really, Goodreads, I joined like about 10 years ago, and I don't think it really has changed at all. It looks like a website still from almost 15 years ago. There's no reason that they shouldn't be able to allow half stars. So it is not a great website as far as I'm concerned, but yes, I do use the star rating system, more just for my own reference so I can remember things, the general feelings that I had about the book. Number four, do you review your books? Yes, I did play around for a long time of writing book reviews, but I kind of got a backlog of reviews, and it was very time consuming. And that's one of the reasons why I started a BookTube channel. I still wanted to somehow put down my thoughts, what I was thinking about the book and my impressions, and but putting a camera on and talking into a camera was far easier than writing it all down, and it would free me up for writing other things, freeing up the time. So I'm still dabbling in writing here and there, not to the extent that I once did, but it's something I would like to get back into even more than I already have. And I think I'll get there at some point. I've been exploring a lot of new things for the past couple of years. But yeah, so my reviews, I don't like to call them reviews though, for BookTube. I say, here are my thoughts, or this is a book discussion. Let's discuss a book. I generally don't consider myself qualified to really review most of the things that I read, and I know that might be a little bit of a quibble about what word we're using for this, but I'm just more comfortable saying that I discuss books and I share my thoughts rather than actually review them. But that's what I do here on BookTube. Number five, where do you put your finished books? So the books behind me are all TBR books. These are unread, as are the books that are inside the boxes behind me over there. Right now I'm inside my unfinished office. We moved in the fall. The house is pretty much done. Not everything's done. Like there's wall paints that we hate the color of, and there's wallpaper inside the dining room that looks hideous. So I don't mean it's done in that respect, but things are unpacked, they're where they're supposed to be, etc., etc. We've gotten to that part, except really for this room, because we need to buy more furniture for this room. We have a couple bookcases. This is kind of a ratty bookcase. Some of the shelves are sagging, but we need proper furniture in here to really organize what we want to organize. So for now, you're going to see this kind of mess behind me inside the room. And this is where all of my unread books are. And then after I finish reading them, they will eventually go downstairs into the downstairs library, which is, much more organized and looks far better. But that's where they go, downstairs in the library when they're done. Number 6, how do you pick your next book? I am not much of a mood reader. I am much more strategic. Occasionally, the mood will strike me and I'll pick up something, but for the most part, I like to plan out my reading, know what I'm reading ahead of time, and work towards it. I just kind of persevere and keep barreling through, and that seems to work for me. I choose it depending on maybe some booktubes coming up, some buddy reads that I'm doing. If there's other kind of calendar events that I want to make sure I get it in before. Sometimes I want to make sure I read one book before I read another one that I want to get to, so that will go there. I have personal reading projects that I do. So those are all the factors that go in. It rarely has anything to do with my mood, but it's more of a strategic look in the near future of what I'm going to be reading. Number 7, do you have any rituals when you have finished the book? Well, I usually log it into Goodreads. That's about it. And then this shelf that's behind my head, a lot of times the books that I'm done with will go there until I am able to film a monthly wrap-up video. And then once I've filmed a monthly wrap-up video and shown all the things that I read in that month, then part of my ritual is to then carry that stack of books downstairs and put them away in the library. So it's like a monthly ritual that I have, is putting everything down there. I don't do it as I finish the books. I do it at the end of each month after I've made a monthly wrap-up video. And just kind of my own little treat. It's a ritual I like to do. And number 8, who do you tag? This is a short one. Mercifully short sometimes compared to some other tags that I have done before. So I'm going to tag some other people that are part of Historathon with me. People who I've seen do tags before. There's others that are welcome to do it. Like, I don't usually see John David or Peg from the History Shelf do tag videos. So they're welcome to do it if they want. But I'm going to try and tag Mariana Moss Books. I'd like to see her answers. I'll tag Erica over at A Passage of Time, as a co-host. I'll tag Fred by Read by Fred. And I'll tag a non-co-host, David Wiley. He needs more tags to do. So I already tagged him in a previous one, but I'm going to tag him again. So David Wiley, this one you can also do if you choose. No pressure. And that's it. Okay, that is the end the book, or finish the book tag. That's what it is. So once again, thank you to Gareth for tagging me in this. And as always, thank you, BookTube.